Hey, what's up guys, Bearcat here for another exciting episode of Bearcat Reviews, and today we are taking a look at the Mandalorian and the child Black Star Wars Black Series figures. I do not have a box for these guys because moving around I lost the boxes, so to show for us box comparison, I have a little clay box that my parents made for me for my 21st birthday. So there you have that. But we'll move right along to the figures since we don't have a box here. So taking a look at these guys, we'll start off by saying I really love these guys. They're probably some of my favorite. I love the Mandalorian show; it was amazing. But I still loved it. I love these figures. Every single episode, I watched all of it. So excited for season 2. I already pre-ordered the Beskar Mandalorian figure so I could get him and review him for you guys. But we'll start off by taking a look here at Mando since he was first. For accessories, he comes with his classic lawn rifle, which I forget the name of it. I don't think it's called Disintegrator, even though when you shoot people with it, they turn to dust. But as you can see, it looks exactly like it does in the show. I will warn you, there will be paint chipping, because if you look here, I've got some of the browns chipping off and some of the silvers too from him holding the weapon. But his hold is very simple. You just slide it into his hand, like so. You slip the trigger finger into the trigger guard hand there. And then you see you can just like rotate him around and get him to hold it like anything else. And as far as other accessories, other than that, all he has other than that would be his blaster. Oop, if I don't drop his blaster, which looks amazing. Not much paint chipping has happened on this, so you guys it won't chip as much as the rifle does, but as you can see, it looks exactly like it did in the show. Just also amazing. But I will say Mando's weapons have been by far some of my favorite guns I've seen in Star Wars, but as you can see, he can hold it fairly easily. And then it does go into the holster if you wish. I will say the holster, that's the one downside I will say is about the holster is this doesn't peg on here really well when the pistol's in there. So that's the best you can get really as far as pegging in. And then as for the rifle, it does, as you might have saw at the beginning, it does peg on into the back here. There's a little hole that lines up with the strap here. And for that, you would just take this peg it right in, and then the rifle will be on his back. But we'll take it off so we can move to the posability. Now, posability for Mando, you get very decent amount. So he's got a ball joint at the base of the neck and at the helmet here, so he can look up that far and down that far. He's got some head pivot here, and of course it rotates completely. His arms can rotate 360. Move out that far. Single joint elbow bends at 90 degrees. Gauntlets rotate, and then wrist rotation, and then his hands move up and down. Except for on this wrist, the wrist moves side to side. Then for legs, it does have a crunch here, but it's a little ball joint here, but it doesn't really give you much crunch. Crunches that far forward and pretty good back. He can't kick back much. He can kick forward that far. He's got a beautiful spread. He's got thigh rotation, double jointed knees, ankles can move down and up, and he does come with ankle pivot. And then moving along to his little partner here, I decided to do a 2 review for him, and then for 2 other figures from the Mandalorian series that you guys will see in tomorrow's video. But since it's so small, I decided to include him with it was the child. And as you can see, they've done the child really well. It looks so much like the character from the show. And I just heard Mando fall. Yep, he fell down. But as you can see, it looks so good. It looks exactly like the child. Has all the writing on there. But as far, they detailed this very well for something so tiny. As for accessories for him, you can see I have it right here. And these are his accessories. But I do not want to take them out of this case for fear of loot. And there's a fumble. For fear of losing them, I do not want to take them out of this case because it's so tiny. I mean, I have pretty big fingers, but like as you can see, that is a very tiny ball to mimic the ball from the Razor Crest. There's a little teacup in there for his teacup drinking scene, and then of course a blue frog for him to try and swallow. But like, as you can see though, they are very tiny, so they'll be very easy to lose. So I recommend, if you don't have a nice big space to sit them on, like on a desk or something, I recommend keeping them in this nice little container they give you. So there's that. As far as posability on the child, he has some, but it's not like a whole bunch. It's a ball joint at the head, a ball joint at the arms, and on the wrists here, and then there's some at the feet. But other than that, that's all you get with the child. But either way, that's a decent amount considering how tiny he is. I mean, you'll see here when we move on to our size comparisons. Here, whoop, and then Amanda falls down again. So now that you've seen these guys and their posability, we'll get everything set up so we can do size comparisons. And here we have Mando and the child here standing here with all his gear ready. I do have him in this little pose because he does not want to work with me on my surface and stand. But let's see if I can get him to stand a little bit for size comparisons at a straighter pace. Will he? Yes. So as you can see with Baby Yoda, or the child, he stands at just over an inch tall, and with Mando, he stands here at just over 6 inches tall. So for our size comparisons, here we have Baby Yoda and Mando with our last figure review, the Star Wars Black Series Zeb figure from Star Wars Rebels. So you can see how they scale together. Because there are rumors of her coming up in Season 2, here we have Mando and Baby Yoda standing next to Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Rebels. So you can see how they scale together. For our next size comparisons, we have the Walmart exclusive Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. So you can see how they scale together. And then for a miniature size comparison for Baby Yoda, since he's so small for an inch, here we have him next to the little Mattel Batman Arkham City Azrael figure. So you can see how they scale together. Here is Baby Yoda next to the Hot Wheels Batman Tumbler. So you can see how they scale together. Last but not least, for our figure size comparison, here we have Baby Yoda and Mandalorian standing next to our basic 6-inch scale figure, which is the Star Wars Clone Wars Captain Rex figure. So you can see how they scale together. And here is the Mandalorian telling you to get away from his kid in this sweet action pose. I gotta say, I'm really loving this figure. Very excited to review him for you all. Very excited to get the next one to review for you guys. I do highly recommend him and the Baby Yoda too, because they work really well together. I will say though, Baby Yoda is like $10 most places you go, which is not a bad price at all. Mando will be harder to find though, since it is such a popular show. But if you can get your hands on him, I recommend it. I do recommend though, I've heard, now the cape, and he fell down. Now the cape isn't that bad. It doesn't get in the way a whole lot, but it does get annoying sometimes. I have heard there are people on eBay selling fabric versions of the cape for like anywhere from $20 to $30. So I do recommend trying to get one of those. I'm going to try and get one of those, especially in the future, especially for my for this one, and then especially for my Beskar version. I definitely want to get them for those. But when I finally get the Beskar armor. But I want to thank you guys again for watching my video from start to finish. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. let me know what you want to see reviewed next, and I will try to get it and review it for you guys. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Share with your friends if you enjoyed, and if you think they would enjoy this channel too, I would be happy to spread the joy. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the next exciting episode of Bearcat Reviews.